It's the 2018 3C2A Men's and Women's Basketball Championships here from Ventura College. Mike Zepeda, Jeff Stoynoff with you on coverage throughout the weekend. Day one, the women are up, and game one, it's Palomar and Merced, top seed from the south. We'll try to hold serve here in our opening game of the day. Game one of 4. 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 7 are our slated start times. Be sure to pay attention to our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. Also on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And for all the latest stats and updates, go to CCCAA sports.org. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Pregame, Palomar and Merced on SoCal College Sports.
Yeah.
It's a 2018 3C2A Men's and Women's Championships for basketball here in the 3C2A. Mike Cepeda, Marcia Foster, Jeff Stoynoff with you. Game 1 of 4 today. Palomar, top seed in the South, and Merced. And, well, it should be a bit of a track. Both teams like to get up and down.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see both teams average a lot of points, dominate the offensive boards. It's a matchup of 2 first-team All-Staters in Trinity Washington and Monica Todd. I'm just excited to see this game.
You know, it's funny that you talk about controlling the boards because rebounding is very much a key stat. Palomar has dominated on the boards this season, a differential of over 14 rebounds a game. Meanwhile, for Merced, they're a little more even-steven on that one. They're about 2.5 rebounds a game as an advantage. So I think for Merced, it's going to absolutely be key, and they're going to have to be one and done here today if they want to stick around.
Absolutely. It's a possession-by-possession game. Both of them press. They like to get after it the entire game, so it's going to be how each one handles each other's pressure. Yeah,
and when we talk about, you know, possible upsets of top seeds, remember, last year it was a top seed going down, College of the Sequoias, to Palomar. They were the 4 seed, and now Merced maybe wants to repeat that script from a year ago. Back in a moment with the start of the game 1 of the day, Palomar and Merced, coming up in a little bit on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you could please rise, stand, face the American flag in the east end of the
And we welcome you back to Ventura. Game 1 of 14, the men's and women's basketball championships here in the 3C2A. And it all gets started here with a quarterfinal matchup. Palomar College taking on Merced. Jeff Stoynoff, Coach Marcia Foster back with you here from Ventura. And we're getting set to go and talked a little bit about it in the pregame here. But Palomar comes in the #1 seed in the South, Marcia. But, again, very aware that upset is not really a term that you can aptly use here. They pulled the mild upset last year as the #4 seed, dumping the #1 seed. So from here on out, anything can happen.
Right. I think Palomar's experience here, they're prepared after last year. Let's see how it goes.
Perriman in from the right, missed the layup, back tap, Van Hook in the lane. That's blocked. Merced wants to slow it down. They'll come back the other way. Long three on the way is good.
Wow.
Good start. Tajere McMahon buries the triple. And that's exactly the start if you want if you're Merced.
Absolutely. When the ball goes in the basket, then you can set up your pressure.
Both these teams will pick it up full court. They swing it out to Van Hook in the corner. Van Hook starts a drive into the lane. A little bump, no call, missed the leaner. Rebound on the floor. The putback, that's no good. Good chance for Neubauer, but she missed. They get it back one more time, and Perriman.
We see those offensive rebounds coming into play right away. First team All-State, Perriman knocks it down.
We talked about the rebounding at the top, 14 a game. The advantage that time, it was third chance points. We're tied at 3. A tie up down low. The ball will stay with Merced.
You can already tell these two teams are going to get after it today.
Palomar comes in 1 loss on the season, 29-1. You know, Marcia, you look back and you read the story of this franchise under Coach Lee Marshall in this program. She comes in 2010, a winless season in 2010-11. The runner won't go. Shoji on the miss. Here comes Palomar, and from that, all the way to the semifinals last year, they come in #1 in the South. This year, they get on the offensive glass again. Kick it back out. They work it around. Neubauer steps in, fires from 15. Back iron, no good.
Lee Marshall has done an amazing job with this program.
Glasgow Williams on the rebound. She's going to take it all the way herself, but she walked.
She talked about this is the biggest team that she's had. She also carries a lot. She'll carry up to 19 kids, understanding that some are going to redshirt, but it just fits their style.
Well, that's another compelling component of this matchup. You look at the victory over Moore Park in the round of 16 for Palomar. They went 13 deep. Meanwhile, for Coach Alan Huddleston on the sideline for Merced, he goes about 8 deep in his rotation.
Right, and so you know his kids are in shape to be able to keep up the style that they play. But we'll see if it wears on him as the game goes on.
Turnaround half hook won't go. Todd couldn't get the shot. Still tied at 3. We're just underway. McMahon on the drive. The scoop is good. So McMahon's got all 5. And it's 5-3. Merced back out in front. Van Hook left of the lane. Swings it back out to Neubauer. Open for 3. That's short. Rebound on the floor. Perriman's got it again. Back outside of 3 all the way. That's good.
Wow. Again, we can't overstate their offensive rebounding prowess. They average more. They got more than 300 than their opponents this year.
Meanwhile, no one stops the ball. Thompson gets all the way to the front of the rim. She's fouled. She'll head to the line for a couple of free throws. We have our first foul called. 7:40 to go in the opening quarter. Yeah, both threes have come courtesy second and third chances here for Palomar.
Right. And McMahon, the 5'2", first-team All-State, averaged a double-double, 14.8 points, 10.5 rebounds.
Well, they're going to need every one of those rebounds.
Yes, they will.
Washington misfires on the first free throw. She's a 61% foul shooter. Comes in averaging 13-1 a game. One more coming. Meanwhile, there is a substitution on the floor for Merced as Brianna Moore checks in. Left-handed layup is up and good for Monica Todd.
Pressure offense, pressure defense. They just come at you.
More pressure again. McMahon starts a drive, lost the handle, picks it up in the lane, kicks it back outside. Shoji leaves it for Washington, and Washington will set things up. Shot clock at 13. Works around a Moore screen. Picked up by Neubauer in a switch. Baseline drive, and the layup up and good.
Nice unselfish play.
Shoji on the drive. back to a 1-point game.
And that's what happens. Once you attack the seams and you score, you draw people, and now you can kick it out. Nice job by McMahon.
Crosby, who hit a 3 moments ago, off to Van Hook. Van Hook starts to drive on Washington. Boy, Van Hook's got a big size advantage in that matchup with Washington. The runner from Perriman won't go. Ahead to Shoji. Shoji in on Neubauer, in a crowd, lost the handle. The ball's on the floor. They'll tie it up. This should go back to Palomar.
Great hustles. No surprise to see both teams on the floor.
More substitutions coming in. And, of course, not surprised to see this for Palomar.
Absolutely not.
Nia De La Pena Thompson has checked in. And I believe Ashley Laurent has checked, or no, I'm sorry, Morgan Heiss. So Megan Scott. So Megan Scott and Nia De La Pena Thompson have checked in.
Their point guard, number 15, Van Hook, broke her shin and had to sit out last season. She was a 3-4 player when that happened, and she came back as a point guard. Just an amazing story of transformation.
Todd working down low, can't get it to go. Meanwhile, a foul back outside on yet another offensive rebound. This will go against Champel Kelly, who has checked in for Merced. So I expect to see, as we take a look at these rosters, more changes up front for these two teams. Both teams led by veteran backcourts. See Perriman, Todd, Van Hook. They log a lot of minutes for Palomar, really leading this team offensively and defensively. There's a little push-off from Perriman, and they're going to call her.
Yeah, she threw that elbow out there.
We talk about that a lot in our coverage. You see that extension of the arm, and every time you see that,
you get that offensive
easy call,
yes.
And it's going to come every time. And they're just a little push-off, and that's all it took. So Perriman with the offensive foul, and Merced now looking for the lead.
The experience of sophomores is just unreplaceable. I mean,
McMahon,
you need that leadership.
Back iron on the 3. Perriman tracks down the long rebound. Finds Van Hook. Yeah, Palomar with 7 sophomores in the rotation. Baseline jumper is no good from Todd. And this team has a lot of experience, not just on paper in terms of having sophomores, but again, a semifinal appearance last year. So they've made the championship round before, and they want to go a little bit further this year, obviously.
Absolutely. And 2 kids who have sat out. So there are 2 3-year kids in Perriman and Todd in the game.
Nakashima, who's checked in. Working down low, tries to swing it back outside, finds Moore. Moore into the lane. Shot from 5 feet, rims in. So Moore with the good touch. And Merced back out in front 9-8.
Yeah. Both teams attacking the basket.
Well, Merced pulled the mild upset, the 5 seed beating the 4 seed City College of San Francisco. They were the 1 team to win on the road in the round of 16 here in the women's draw to make it here to championship weekend. And they got off to a good start to do it. They led by 10 at the end of 1 quarter against City College of San Francisco and then held on for the win.
That should give them a lot of confidence coming into today.
Washington, a drive on Perriman, left-handed layup, won't go. Rebound cleared by Palomar as De La Pena Thompson outlets. They find Todd in from the right, layup no good, but a blocking foul.
Again, nice attack. Nice attack of the rim. They're keeping the pressure on both ways. Both teams are.
Yeah, I thought Champel Kelly kind of came in underneath there, and I don't know if she was outside of the restricted area.
I don't think she was. Yeah. Good eyes, Michael.
Coach Foster, I got a little bit of a feeling that both teams, maybe some early jitters, more so from the Palomar side.
I think so. You know, you need to get into a rhythm, see the ball go through the basket, have an opportunity to set up your pressure, get some steals and some easy baskets.
Yeah, I think you know as well as I, when all of them are going short, especially in a game of this magnitude, you have to have a pretty good feeling that jitters are at play.
Second free throw rattles out for Todd. So 0 for 2 from the line. Quick feed down low. Glasgow.
Nice basket.
That was Shea Glasgow Williams with the finish. And Merced now on a 6-0 run. They lead it by 3. Pressure coming from McMahon, and she picks up the foul. For McMahon, that'll be her first.
You know, watching these teams early on, Marcia, I don't get the feeling that Merced is a true 4 seed.
No, well, they have some real experience on the team. Number 3, Trinity Washington, she's 25 years old. So she brings a lot of maturity, a lot of experience, life experience. She's been in tough situations, so she gives her team a lot of confidence.
Tiana Shaw has checked in. Shot no good. Back tap, back outside. Shaw giving chase, tries to keep it alive and does. Nakashima now saves it, but back to Crosby. So Palomar with a long second rebound. Three-quarter court. Neubauer fakes, starts a drive. Kicks it back outside. Shaw open for 3, no good. Long rebound. Washington had it momentarily, but Crosby picks her pocket. Neubauer, fresh shot clock, so they have time.
Travel.
Bumped. Yeah, they're going to call the travel. Glasgow Williams defending Neubauer. Maybe a little bump there, but it's a travel call. 3:37 to go in the first quarter. Timeout on the floor. Merced with the early 3-point lead on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
And remember, everyone, you can go to our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com, on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. You got an Apple TV, you got an Xbox One, you got a PS4, any type of console with the YouTube app, SoCal College Sports 1. Catch all of the action on the weekend. 2018 Men's and Women's Basketball Championships for the 3C2A.
Merced with the 3-point lead. Here in our first quarterfinal of 4 today on SoCalCollegeSports.com, the 3C2A Championships.
That was a travel.
Shoji might have gotten away with one. Washington. Quick pass down low, off the hands of Glasgow Williams.
And Washington, a fantastic feed, and then Glasgow just couldn't receive it. I got a bit of a soft spot for number 50s. We're going to give Glasgow a pass. That was my number if you haven't figured that out yet.
I knew where you were going with that. Shaw, and she traveled. Both these teams very similar in terms of force a lot of turnovers, don't commit a lot of turnovers. And that may be another sign, Michael, if you talk about a little bit of jitters there with back-to-back turnovers. But both teams force more than 10 turnovers more per game than they commit.
Happy feet early, short shots early. Jitters definitely in play right now.
Jordan Pierce on for Merced. Washington works around to Shoji, fakes, drives, tries the interior feed. Glasgow Williams has it. Blocked from behind by Neubauer. Gets it back. Second effort. Won't go. Glasgow Williams on the board again. No call.
That's 3 no calls in a row. I thought Neubauer on the second one for sure came down on the arm.
No call.
Let him play.
Instead, Palomar back with a chance, trailing by 3. Crosby will hoist from 3, no good. Rebound tapped outside. Van Hook's got it. Palomar continues to dominate on the boards. Shaw works it around to Van Hook. Van Hook circles into the lane, has that one stripped out by Washington. Merced with the steal. They've got numbers if they run, but Shoji can't catch up with the pass. The turnover will give it back to the Comets.
I think the rain. Go ahead, Coach.
Merced's doing a really nice job getting their hands on the ball. They're playing in the gaps. They're forcing turnovers. Like you said, are uncharacteristic for Palomar.
And what can Alan Huddleston do? Talk to his team about right now. They're just having so much difficulty keeping the Comets off the boards.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure Coach Huddleston talked about that for days leading up to this game, and Palomar just plays with such intensity on the offensive boards that, I mean, it's hard. You really have to be disciplined to keep them off.
Yeah, I mean, early on, a lot of the rebounds are coming off of long caroms, but that's because a lot of the shots from the outside are short, coming off at a pretty long angle, and the Comets are tapping the other ones out, and they're the beneficiaries of it right now. But as a team, Merced needs to rebound as a team. They need to come in, all 5 people rebounding. Nobody can leak out.
Van Hook hits the first free throw. That breaks the 6-0 run with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
And I think they need to understand, too, those long threes are going to come off as long rebounds, so they need to box out, make sure they get the guards out.
Van Hook shoots 64% from the line. Hits them both. They'll pick it up full court again. Shoji trapped on the near side, able to split the double team. over the timeline, on the drive, all the way to the glass, missed the layup, but it's Washington that gets on the offensive glass. Glasgow Williams thinking about it now, will fire from long range, splash!
We can't give her that shot. That's a pretty good looking stroke there, Coach.
Yeah, again, a second opportunity because Washington's offensive rebound.
31% from long range, but a more telling number, 5.5 attempts from 3 for Glasgow Williams on the season. That's per game. So she's not shot.
No, she's not.
Neubauer, left of the key, on the drive,
nice
hooks a pass into the lane. Todd's layup is good.
Nice pass.
That's an incredible pass on the interior there from Neubauer. Really impressed with her earlier on. Did have the travel earlier, but got a lot of game down there.
Washington, again able to break the press, fires across. The layup, no good. Good look for Jordan Pierce. Here come the Comets, trailing by 2. Perriman picks it up left of the lane, off to Van Hook. On the drive, the runner no good, but a foul called.
That's number 2 on Washington.
And we talked about the rotation, a short one for Allen Huddleston. And Merced certainly can't afford foul trouble. Washington picks up the second foul for her here in the first quarter.
Once again, you have Van Hook on the line, and again, she was a wing, broke her shin, and came back as a point guard.
Well, she's a tough matchup. We've already seen she has a size advantage over pretty much who's ever covering her, and it's a tough ask for Washington, trying to stay with her.
Yeah, she's a very physical player.
Missed the first free throw, one more coming. Oh for 2, but Palomar gets it back. Skip pass in the corner. Van Hook driving once again. The runner no good. Rebound up, that's no good. Rebound fought for out of bounds, and it'll go back to Merced. Second chance once again for Palomar, but they can't convert.
As long as they're banging the boards, I know Coach Marshall is okay, because those buckets are going to go down soon.
They get it into Shoji in the corner. Tiptoeing the far side, she's over the timeline. Swings it across, Glasgow Williams will fire from 3 again, missed everything. Nakashima on the offensive glass, able to draw the foul. She'll get to the line for a couple of free throws.
I'm really impressed with the composure early on from Shoji and Nakashima.
Yeah, they've trapped Shoji a couple of times, and she's been able to dribble out of it.
Yeah.
Both of those players are international students from Japan. They actually speak very little English. Allen Jr. on the bench Googles translations at halftime.
That's
to be able
awesome.
to communicate.
Well, you know what they do speak? They do speak basketball
They speak
pretty
basketball
well.
really well.
First free throw good. One more coming for Nakashima. She knocks him down. 29.9 to go here in the first quarter. So Palomar can play for the final shot, trailing it by 4.
Merced has been sitting back, picking up at half court. He's going to
Todd into the lane, all the way on the drive. Lays it in. 16-14.
That was a nice take. She's finished with both her right and left hand.
McMahon will back it out. 12 seconds. Off to Shoji. Between the circles. Shoji angles left on the drive, blocked by Perriman. Down to 2 seconds. Outlet stolen by McMahon, but she can't get a shot off. After 1, Merced with the lead, 16-14. It's the 3C2A Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Heading to the second quarter. First of 4 games on SoCalCollegeSports.com today. The women's quarterfinals in the 3C2A basketball championship. And for Merced, I think in first quarter, Coach, mission accomplished. Exactly where they want to be.
Good composure, second opportunities that led to
more on the offensive glass.
Just like that one.
Second chance points for Merced. We haven't said that too often.
No.
And Merced with the 4-point lead. Crosby, and they'll work it around. Van Hook between the circles. Neubauer flashes high. Looking for a cutter, and another good play by Moore. This time with the steal. Good hands in the passing lane.
Merced has gotten their hands on a lot of passes.
Shoji stops and pops from 12 feet. Too strong. Long rebound out to Todd. Todd running the floor. Coast to coast, lays it in.
Nice take.
Well, I've been impressed with Van Hook and the way that she's able to use the bigger body to create contact. But I'll tell you, Todd just as impressive. Meanwhile, quick answer from McMahon, 20-16. Merced back out in front by 4. Perriman back outside. Van Hook will try for 3. Rimming no. Rebound Nakashima.
And there was a team box out. No one's using much time to get a shot up.
Good feed to Nakashima. She'll lay it in. Merced's got it going. They lead at 22-16. That's their largest lead. That's the largest lead for either team. Van Hook nearly stolen by Shoji. Crosby trying to keep it alive. And they called this over the back. It was off of Shoji, but
yeah, it looked like it was tipped.
I think it was. Now, they're saying that maybe Crosby got her hands back on it before it went over the half-court line. I'm not sure what the call is, and I'm not sure Lee Marshall is sure either.
No. It didn't look like anyone established possession. Not for it to be a backcourt call. That should have been one of those juggle signs that the officials give you when they're saying, you know, there wasn't possession.
Well, Merced gets the benefit. They have the ball, leading by 6. McMahon at the controls. Starts a drive. The runner is good. McMahon now with 9. And it's an 8-point lead for Merced. Megan Scott. Meanwhile, they work it around to Todd. Todd looking for Van Hook and off the mark with the pass. And it looks like Palomar is a little out of sorts right now.
Yeah, it seems that way. There's a lot of energy coming from Merced's bench. We talk about McMahon. McMahon sat out the season last year with 3 concussions. They weren't sure if she was going to be able to come back.
Well, she's back.
She's back, and she's attacking.
Moore's got the switch down low, working on Megan Scott. Turnaround shot off the glass won't go. Todd's got the rebound. Fouled in the backcourt. Jordan Pierce going to pick up the foul. That's her first. First on Merced here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it seemed like a little touch foul, but it disrupted the flow. Palomar was off to the races again.
In my HDMI bag. In the back.
Scott off to Tate. Todd, a drive on McMahon, blocking call. Well, Washington already has 2 fouls for Merced. That's the first. No, that is the second on McMahon. So McMahon and Washington, key players for Merced, safe to say. Both now with 2 fouls with 7:28 to go in the second quarter. So a problem brewing for Coach Alan Huddleston on that Merced sideline.
Absolutely. It'd be interesting to see if he trusts his guards to play with 2 fouls.
Well, it's such a difficult proposition because I think in a coaching standpoint you can. But against this kind of physical backcourt, when you're talking about Todd and Van Hook, so adept at getting to the basket, and they have the good size, it's so difficult. It's that much more difficult to play with 2 fouls. Meanwhile, both free throws miss, so Merced keeps the 8-point lead. Shoji works around. Nakashima open for 3. Back iron, long rebound. Pierce giving chase, saves it, but to Megan Scott. Scott wants to run, but doesn't have numbers. Van Hook skip past Todd, passes on the three, steps in, fires from 17, rimming no good. Getting on the offensive glass again, De La Pena Thompson blocked by the bottom of the backboard that time, and a tie up down low. A jump ball. It'll stay with Palomar.
Merced has got to block out. You know, the shot goes up, you turn and look. You're so used to just being able to rebound. Not with this team. This team bangs the boards.
Yeah, De La Pena Thompson there keeping that one alive, but got herself into a bad position. Nonetheless, the jump ball gives it to the Comets, who are trying to get off 16. Been stuck here for a little while.
Yeah, they have.
Skip pass, Tate open for three. Off the backboard, no good. The rebound to Todd, another second chance. Todd spins baseline, lays it up and in.
Todd has been their offense. She sure is taking it to the basket every single time she touches the ball.
30-second timeout, and right now, where would the Comets be, Coach, without the offensive glass? It's been pretty much where their entire offense has come from.
Well, that is an offense within itself. Being able to get offensive rebounds gives you that second and third opportunity. And they need it right now. I know they just need to see the ball go in the basket a few times, kind of relax. But they're used to being able to turn teams over. And this team is an experienced team. They press themselves, and they're able to handle the pressure.
Yeah, they've done a great job attacking that press so far.
They have. And not only are they breaking it, they're attacking the rim and scoring.
One other thing, in the last 5 games for Palomar, talk about an easy road. They are winning their last 5 games by an average of over 34 points a game. So if this gets into the second half here, it's been a little while. Meanwhile, there's a turnover in the backcourt. Todd will lay it up and in. Well, that's exactly what you're talking about, Coach.
Absolutely.
McMahon, meanwhile, working against pressure. And I believe it's Megan Scott who picks up the foul. And it is. So Scott picks up her first.
It's such a dominating style of defense that what just happened is what Palomar is used to seeing. Most teams cannot handle that pressure.
Well, and when you can bring it for 40 minutes,
right.
You're hoping, I imagine, that it can pay some dividends as the game goes on as well. Shoji working against Scott will bring it out to McMahon. McMahon checked by Tate. Off to Nakashima in the weave. She'll fire for three. No good. Rebound Van Hook. Van Hook running the break off to Todd, and a charging call on Todd.
It's a great defensive play.
Nakashima able to get there first for Todd. It's her first foul.
Just talked about Todd attacking the basket every single time. Great job stepping in.
Well, we haven't seen many shots from three, especially from Todd or Van Hook. So perhaps Merced picking up on that. Meanwhile, McMahon trapped on the near side is able to throw it off of Scott. Shot clock at 21 as they'll bring it in at half court.
That's the first time I've seen them trapped in like the worst place you can be trapped on the floor. Yep. They've done a good job staying out of the right over half court spot.
Shoji ahead of Scott into the lane, but Scott with the good hustle tips it away. The steal for the Comets.
Just what you talked about, like the pressure starting to get to them. We're toward the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, I think as Tate able to hit from three, Clarissa Tate shoots 39% from long range, and she buries that one back to a 1-point game. Nakashima will answer.
Nice.
Nakashima shoots 31% from three. Back-to-back
nice
threes.
Pass.
De La Pena Thompson and one. Look like Glasgow-Williams, Shea Glasgow-Williams getting there a little bit late. And De La Pena Thompson.
Yeah, great pass inside. Nice finish.
It was a bit of a struggle offensively for a stretch there, but now they're getting it going.
Right. Well, and both guards one guard was off the floor. Right. We had Trinity Washington sitting with those 2 fouls, and the Comets have taken over.
Another offensive rebound off the miss on the free throw. Todd keeps it alive. Another chance here, a 2-point lead for Merced. Todd working down low, the turnaround no good. Shoji picks up the foul.
You know, all of her shots aren't dropping right now, but she's really keeping the pressure on the defense. That was the first post move I've seen. She's attacking right, she's attacking left, she's attacking and dishing. She's doing a great job. Yeah,
great recognition too. Has the size advantage, goes down low on Nakashima, and Nakashima now picks up her first foul as Todd hits the first free throw. A chance to tie it up here with one more coming. 5:12 to go in the first half.
Looks like in the last few minutes the Comets have gotten their legs under them.
They have, and the foul trouble for the Merced guards is really causing them problems.
That one rattles in and out and back in again.
Need to have McMahon and Washington on the floor to be able to handle the pressure.
Yeah.
Washington playing with 2 fouls, checked by Tate. Circles right, Nakashima around a Washington screen. The drive blocked, but a foul called.
Tate gets on
Is
the body.
It Tate or De La Pena Thompson?
Had to be the body because it was clean up top. What a great crossover and attack.
Yeah, Tate's really good on the ball, and then just a slight hesitation. Matt, can we see a replay there of it on the floor shot?
Yeah, it's a great little hesitation from Shoji.
Sure was.
And she gets to the line. First free throw up and good. Nakashima shoots 67%.
Oh, we'll get the replays to you later.
Yeah, first of 14 games. 29-27. Nakashima gives Merced the lead. Tate.
Travel.
And there's the travel. Yeah, just a jump stop there and a little shuffle.
Well, she jump stopped, and then she jump stopped again.
Yeah.
With the ball.
Saw a little 3-2 zone out of Merced that time, too.
Trying to switch it up a little bit, and I think that staggered Tate a little bit in terms of her recognition. And then it was just a slight tick and a reset there. Hey, what do I have to do now? But she jumped while she had the ball. It's a travel.
Moore rolling to the basket, layup no good.
These bigs have to do a better job of converting down low when they get beautiful feeds from Washington.
Tate with a long 3, just short. De La Pena Thompson on the offensive glass again. Another chance for Palomar. They skip it to Todd on the baseline, starts to back down on Washington. Good feed, De La Pena Thompson in a crowd, layup won't go. Moore has the rebound. Shoji over the line, into the lane. And she traveled.
Yeah. At that point, when you're going to commit that far, why pick up your dribble unless you're coming to a jump stop? That's just poor fundamentals right there, resulting in the turnover.
Always go in the lane with the intention of shooting?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who's that, Stoy?
Or jump stopping and kicking it out.
Dick Vitale.
Dick Vitale.
Van Hook at the controls for the Comets.
Yeah, it's back to a 3-2 zone.
Off to Perriman. Comets.
No.
We'll slow it down. Shot clock at 14. Perriman kicks it outside. Van Hook. Skip pass. They find Tate. She'll fire for 3. Splash.
Nice shot.
Tate with a couple of threes here in the second quarter. Woo. Big screen from Moore. Washington on the drive, the runner no good. Todd high up for the rebound. Good look for Washington, but can't get it to go. Todd, meanwhile, trying to answer coast to coast. The runner is good.
Yeah, a little bit of a no call there. I thought the big girl was there, ready to take the charge.
Palomar back in the lead by 3. Boy, Washington nearly traveled. Shoji directing traffic. McMahon and Washington both on the floor now for Merced, playing with 2 fouls. Working right. McMahon will try to answer from 3, around and out. Nakashima on the offensive glass now. Moore, third chance.
Nice
lays it in.
Good finish by her.
I don't know if Newborn's tired right now, but offensively she's not extending to the short corner versus this zone, and very poor rebounding effort on that last possession.
Tate bodied by Nakashima. That's the second foul on Nakashima.
And maybe a little tired.
Yeah, I thought fatigue maybe a bit of a factor, and I think De La Pena Thompson coming in right now for her.
Understandably so, with the pace they play and how they hit the offensive boards.
Tate will ready the first free throw, a 61% foul shooter. And boy, has she given the Comets a lift here in this second quarter. That's 7 points.
Her defense has been fantastic indeed. Newborn will come off. How's a coach in a former life here, Coach?
You sound exactly like you should be on the sidelines, man.
Yeah. One more coming for Tate. That's short. De La Pena Thompson battling Glasgow Williams, but the pass back outside, too hot to handle. And the turnover gives it back to Merced. Palomar has the 2-point lead. Well, 2:44 to go.
Exactly what you want out of De La Pena Thompson coming off the bench there. She gets you an offensive rebound. Just a little bit of jitters. Still in play here, and we're 2:41 in the second quarter.
Washington around Perriman. Jump stop. Shot won't go. De La Pena Thompson continues to control the glass, but another turnover. And she tries to get it to Perriman.
That's 2 passes in a row off of rebounds. De La Pena Thompson is thrown away. She needs to establish a rhythm.
Right. Just trying to move too fast, but that's how they play.
Yeah.
I think you're willing to take some turnovers when you play that fast.
True.
But this is a little uncharacteristic for them.
Trinity Washington swings it out. McMahon for 3. Rims high, no good. Todd on the glass again. Perriman in on McMahon, drives the lane. Met by Glasgow Williams. That shot blocked. Perriman's second effort won't go. Rebound on the floor. McMahon wants to run. It's a 2-on-2.
Oh,
great
ahead
pass.
to Shoji. Left-handed layup is good.
It's about as textbook as it gets right there. In transition, a bounce pass for the finish.
Tied at 33. Pretty good start to the weekend.
I think so.
Van Hook. They'll work it around to Crosby. Shot clock at 14 as now the Comets seem content to slow it down on the last couple of possessions. Todd, and the turnover.
The zone has slowed Palomar down. It's taken away the gaps to penetrate. And, they've had to be more patient. And neither one of these teams takes much time getting a shot up. So,
and Coach, versus this zone, I'm surprised they're not trying to exploit that short corner a little bit more. It is wide open right now. Nobody's extending out to it.
It is. I haven't seen Merced even step out when somebody's in that area.
Yeah.
Quick pass ahead. That one tipped out of play. It'll still belong to Merced. Champel Kelly.
Well, I think we'd all agree that Palomar has not played their best half of basketball, and they're tied up right now with a number 4 seed from the north. So Coach Marshall, I think, will take that and slow things down at the half.
Absolutely.
Shea Glasgow Williams. The drive on Neubauer. Neubauer got a piece, but Kelly able to keep it alive. The ball on the floor.
Jump ball.
This is going to be a jump ball, and it will stay with Merced.
Did they award a timeout? No.
So 1:24 to go, shot clock at 15. Palomar still has a foul to give here in the second quarter. Now you're up to date. Washington guarded by Tate. Around the screen, back to McMahon, open for 3, too strong.
It's a good shot, but you got Newborn switching on. I'd like to see Washington back that out, take her one-on-one, maybe even go baseline 1-4.
Agreed.
McMahon's had a number of good looks from 3, but so far can't find the range. Scott starts a drive, kicks it out to Tate. Shot clock at 15. Neubauer faces up at the foul line. Drives hard, left-handed layup won't go. Rebound pulled down by Washington.
Very stagnant versus the zone. Nobody moving, just trying to enter at the high post, and it's really just not there.
Glasgow Williams thought about it. Washington starts a drive, kicks it outside. Glasgow Williams open for 3, split.
Wow.
Nice penetration and attack. You know, the zone has allowed both guards with 2 fouls, Washington and McMahon, to stay in the game.
Man.
Jeff, I think you just came up with a new word.
I did.
Splish.
Catch that? Yeah. Tate on the drive. Big second quarter for Tate. She's got 9 points in the quarter. 1-point game. Merced can play for the final shot, down to 8 seconds. Washington for 3. No good. Rebound on the floor. Knocked out of play with under a second to go. So Palomar will bring it in. And I'm ready to call it now. I think it's going to be a 1-point game at the half.
Got to believe you're right.
Crosby will bring it in. Merced with the 36-35 lead, and we will head to halftime. The number 4 seed in the North with the 1-point lead in quarterfinal number 1. You're watching the 3C2A Basketball Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
And spread the word, everybody. If you have friends or family that could not make it to this weekend's events/games, be sure to let them know that they can watch all of the action on our website at www.socalcollegesports.com. We update the website each day with the new players for that respective game. Also, if you have a shout-out you'd like us to get on the air, whether it be for your favorite team or your player, we'd be more than happy to get that on the air for you. Tweet that to us at SoCalCollegeSpo, SPO. Back in a moment. At the half, Merced leads Palomar 36-35. Back in a moment. Fans, the 3C2A Basketball Championship official apparel is now available for purchase at 3C2asports.org. That's CCCAA sports.org. Click on the championship store, bottom right of the page. There you'll be able to find the latest gear for you and your fellow basketball enthusiasts. High-quality Under Armour apparel will be delivered to your home within a few days after placing your order, so don't hesitate. Order now. The Basketball Championship store will remain open for a select few days. Back in a moment.
Halftime here, game one on the day of 4, and it's the 4 seed with the lead on top of the top seed of the South, Palomar, trailing Merced by 1. Mike Cepeda, Marcia Foster, Jeff Stoynoff with you. And, well, to the crew, a lot of good to happen for Palomar in that first half, particularly on the rebounding side of it. 32 rebounds
32
in
plus
the
11
first half.
rebounds in the first half.
And then you have a lot of offensive rebounding opportunities. The only problem is they still trail by 1, so a lot went wrong other than the rebounding. Marcia, what are you attested to?
Well, the pressure that Merced put on. You know, in the beginning, every time they attacked the lane, Merced had their hands on the ball. So when you come up against somebody who matches you, sometimes you have to take a deep breath and like, okay, it's not going to be as easy, but the way they're attacking the glass, I mean, getting those second opportunities, eventually the ball is going to drop.
Yeah.
I think they found something in Clarissa Tate in that second quarter as well. She comes off the bench with 9 points. That's a big lift for Palomar, and certainly they'd be in some real trouble here if they don't get that. But that's one of the advantages they have going as deep into the bench as they do. A lot of options for Lee Marshall in the second half here to see if she can find a combination that works. They're only down 1.
Palomar, with their style of basketball, they can absolutely run you out of the gym. The whole point for Merced in that first half was to stay in contention, and not only did they do that, they find themselves with a 1-point lead. Back in a few minutes with the start of the second half here in Game 1 on the day. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage 2018 3C2A Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. Back in a moment.
And we are underway in the third quarter from Ventura. First quarterfinal in the 3C2A basketball championships. Palomar and Merced, and a 1-point lead for Merced. Perriman open for three, short. Long rebound. Shoji in a crowd had it momentarily. It's on the floor. And a whistle comes in. Let's see what the call is.
You would think that blocking out for Merced would have been a topic of conversation for Coach Huddleston in the locker room at halftime. I have no doubt, actually, it was. Just a reminder, because I know that's something they talked about all week.
Well, and I think to my eyes, they were better in the second quarter. They still struggled. But I think, as you alluded to in the first half, sometimes it's just an uphill climb when you're battling an opponent that's just that good at getting on the glass. And that's a major problem to overcome right there. Great cut from Glasgow Williams, and she'll lay it in. A little fake to the right and then back to the left, and Glasgow Williams with the finish. A long pass, easy interception for Shea Glasgow Williams.
Williams is doing a nice job. She's hit some outside threes. She's got some interior baskets. She's doing a good job.
Yeah, hit that long three in the first half. Washington hooks a pass down low. Glasgow Williams again, the beneficiary. The easy finish. It's a quick 4-0 run to start the third quarter. And Merced has a 5-point lead. They've led by as many as 6. Actually, I believe they've led by 8.
And now you see the 2-2-1 from Merced. We didn't see that at all in the first half.
Todd on the drive, and a good job by Glasgow Williams not picking up the foul. And the ball out of play. It's going to belong to Palomar. Shot clock at 30. So plenty of time here. They'll reset it. Already wholesale changes. Here comes Clarissa Tate, who was huge in that second quarter. Megan Scott, Nia De La Pena Thompson also checking in. So Lee Marshall wasting no time. Todd in the low post, lost the handle, tipped away, stolen by Merced. McMahon wants to run, no numbers again. Into the lane, back out to Washington, gets it back. Baseline drive, McMahon, the scoop, no good.
Nice attack, she needs to finish.
Nakashima able to get the jump ball, tying up Nia De La Pena Thompson. And the possession arrow belongs to Palomar. So Palomar will keep it. 8:33 to go here in the third quarter. Merced, even in my notes, I wrote upset in quotation marks talking about last year. So if the number 4 seed does pull the upset here, it would be a mild one, I think, when you're talking about the championship round.
Agreed. All of these teams are great teams.
Talking about a Merced team that was 26-5 on the season, coming in off the win at City College of San Francisco to advance. Todd backing down, kicks it outside. Scott open for 3, around and out. Rebound on the floor. Perriman keeps it alive, gets it to Scott. Tate works it around, looking for Todd, but Washington jumps the pass and knocks it out of play.
I love the energy by both teams. The third quarter just started, and they've been on the floor 3 times.
Scott will bring it in, foul line extended right. Palomar in the white jerseys. Merced in the road blues. Todd faces up, good hand, steal by Shoji. 2-on-1 if they hurry. McMahon in on Perriman, lost the handle on the way up. Perriman might have gotten a piece. Washington, meanwhile, corrals the loose ball. She's fouled on the way up. This should be on Megan Scott.
2 nice attacks. Surprised there wasn't a call on that attack by McMahon.
Second foul on Scott. Washington heads to the line. Got a long stretch on the bench in the second quarter after she picked up her second foul. And she's back out there, and you have to imagine, Coach, we're going to see McMahon in Washington barring foul trouble maybe the whole way here in the second half.
I would think so.
And that one rattles in.
That's when they had the most success in the first half, when they were both on the floor. Both handling the pressure, both attacking the basket, kicking it out for open shooters.
Well, it's really, not surprising for this level that you see in the 3C2A, but they have a 4-guard offense because Shoji and Nakashima also did a fantastic job against the press, and I think
sure did.
That highlights what a difficult challenge this is for Palomar, trying to press a team that has 4 players that can really handle the ball.
Right.
Meanwhile, a whistle and a foul call. Second foul picked up by Shoji. Quickly into Tate. Perriman, top of the key, guarded by Nakashima. And back to the zone we talked about in that first half. Perriman. De La Pena outside. Todd skips it to Tate, around to Perriman. Blocked. by Glasgow Williams. Interior feed stolen by Washington. Washington, a reach-in foul on Scott. That's going to be the second team foul on Palomar and the third on Megan Scott.
I felt that at the end of the second half, at the end of the first half, Palomar found the combination of players that they needed on the floor. I guess one of the advantages that Palomar has is that they can keep coming at you with fresh bodies and continue to pressure. But for Merced, that's who they have, and they're going to go with who they have. So there's something to be said about that.
Shea Glasgow Williams on the drive, tries to hook a pass looking for McMahon, nearly stolen by Van Hook. Quenesha Van Hook has returned for Palomar.
Coach, I think something that you just alluded to here, it's tough to establish a rhythm when you have a lot of substitutions, and it's nice to be able to go deep, but when you're sacrificing rhythm as a result, when you have another squad, it's not quite as deep, and they're a little bit more in rhythm, that's going to hurt you down the line.
I just think that Lee Marshall is so good at what she does and figuring out that combination that the advantage is they've been doing it all year long.
Yeah.
So I'd agree to actually both sides.
Right.
Getting the rhythm, but also knowing your personnel and knowing who to get in and win.
Washington driving on Scott, turnaround off the glass, won't go. Washington on the offensive glass, and she's fouled.
I think Coach Marshall's track record speaks for itself. As a player, you still have to go out there and execute the game plan.
Absolutely.
And right now, up to this point, they've been unable to do so. They are scoreless here about 3.5 minutes into the third period.
Yeah, the 6-0 run has given Merced their largest lead at 7. McMahon brings it in, baseline left. Out to Glasgow Williams. Skip pass, Shoji open for 3. No good. Rebound, Heiss. Lee Marshall continuing to shuffle bodies. Baseline drive, they kick it back outside. Van Hook works it around to Perriman. Nice job by Shoji, tipping that one out of play. Shot clock at 13.
Coach, it almost looks like the Comets are a little shell-shocked right now. When the ball comes out front versus this zone versus this man, they don't know how to react. There's very little movement off the ball.
They haven't had to set up, a lot, right? This is a team that forces turnovers, that keeps the heat on, that generates offense from their defense. So, again, I think it's just finding the right combination.
Floater from Van Hook, no good. Washington has the rebound. McMahon running the floor, might have been blocked by Perriman. A whistle and a foul called.
I think she got a piece of it up top, but down low definitely gets her with the body.
The rebound advantage was 11 at the half for Palomar, but Merced doing a much better job on the boards here in this third quarter. They've opened up a 7-point lead as you get a look at the replay there, and you see the body contact from Perriman, and that sends McMahon to the line.
We told you we'd get the replay at some point.
All set. First one no good from McMahon.
Matt Henson, Emery Johnson, Alyssa Root, Jorge Zepeda, our crew today here for SoCalCollegeSports.com. Marcia Foster, Jeff Stoynoff, and myself, Mike Zepeda. Game 1 of 4, Game 2 coming up. It's LA Trade Tech and Fresno City. And how about Fresno City as an athletic program? Jeff, I believe they swept the soccer finals. They have a chance to do that here at basketball.
Some serious domination of late. 43-35 as McMahon's 1 of 2 from the line. Pressure from Merced. Laurent. Perriman drives the lane. Floater no good. Rebound pulled down by Pierce. Leaves it for Washington. Down she goes. Perriman going to pick up the foul here. And for Perriman, that's number 3.
And it's been a different story to start the second half. They've been cleaning up the defensive boards, not allowing Palomar to get second, third, and fourth opportunities like they did in the first half.
Already the 5th team foul, so 2 shots the rest of the way throughout the third period, 5:42 to go. So an opportunity for Merced to really even attack more so than they already do with their guards and really put a hurt on the Comets from the free throw line.
Washington, a 61% foul shooter. First one is up and good. Chance to make it a double-digit lead.
You know, these are two teams that like to attack, and right now Merced is taking away the opportunities for Palomar to attack the basket.
Washington perfect from the line. 45-35. 10-point lead for the Blue Devils.
And again, having to come up against a 2-2-1, something that we did not see in the first half.
High post, Todd, hard drive, missed the layup. Rebound on the floor, dug out by Washington. Washington tiptoeing the near side and turns it over.
Dribbled it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Nice job coming over by Morgan Heiss on the double.
She was hoping for the call on the body, but no, stepped out of bounds.
Well, Merced did struggle with turnovers in the first half. But here they sit with a 10-point lead.
Good.
Todd open in the lane,
Nice pass.
drives to the glass and lays it in.
Coach, not only the pass, but the ball fake there to get the defense to move, and then they enter at the high post. Easy finish.
Washington fans it out. McMahon passes on the three.
And Todd at the high post versus Todd on the wing is definitely a better offensive option.
Yep.
McMahon dribbles it off her foot. The ball's on the floor. Another jump ball. This will stay with the Blue Devils.
Coach, I don't think the arrow was switched out the last time. Palomar got it at the half. There was a jump ball, went to Merced. Was there another jump ball?
I think there were two
Okay.
here in the
All
third
right.
quarter.
We talked about them, being on the floor so early in the quarter. This game, you know how much this game means to these young women.
Tajere McMahon will bring it in. Finds Glasgow Williams. She'll fire from the corner. Back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, Jordan Pierce.
I love that set out of bounds there.
Now it's the Blue Devils really getting on the offensive glass. Washington drives on Van Hook. Left-handed scoop, won't go. Heiss going after the rebound. It's knocked out of play.
Yeah, McMahon
It's going to belong to Palomar.
Came in with her hair on fire. I mean, very aggressive, and she's whistled for the foul. But you love the offensive rebounding energy that Merced has brought here in the second half. They're going to leave it all out here, and this is going to be a tall mountain to climb here for the Comets.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been an adjustment that really has worked, as you've seen a number of offensive rebounds here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Sorry, Coach.
Let's find the Comets are a team, though, that can go on incredible runs.
Todd fans it outside. Laurent will try the baseline jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down by Champel Kelly. Washington works free from Todd.
Good hands.
Hard drive. Good job by Van Hook, but it's recovered by Merced. To get it back outside, Pierce will try for three. Missed everything. Kelly with another offensive rebound. They won't reset the shot clock.
Kelly
it's at
stepped on
10.
the baseline.
Shoji pulls up from 10 feet, too strong. Heiss has the rebound. Van Hook driving it coast to coast. A lot of contact, no call. Here comes the whistle.
Well, Coach, I think that's a bad call. I think the defender's moving a little bit to her left with the offensive player who's trying to adjust with her body. I don't necessarily think that the offensive player was out of control. A lot of momentum in her favor, but Merced gets the benefit of a call there. And
I agree with you, Mike. I agree. There was a little bit of movement going on as she attacked.
you got to be set.
Shoji breaks the press once again. Pierce again open for three, no good. Rebound tapped out of play. They're going to say it's off of Champel Kelly, and it will go back to the Comets, who still trail it by 8. They have 2 points here in this third quarter, and it's 3:29 and counting to go.
And Merced's missing some opportunities here. They've had 3 wide open threes that could serve as daggers here early in the third.
Todd drop step, good, and a foul.
Think about that for a moment. A missed 3 on one end, a wide open look, and then you get a 3-point play opportunity. That's a potential 6-point switch on a team where you really have to step on the jugular if you're going to have a chance to knock off the top team from the South.
Absolutely.
Todd makes another trip to the line. She's struggled from the line so far today, 2 of 6. And she readies the free throw. She's got 20 in the game, up to 21. As she converts the 3-point play, it's a 5-point game. And that was a real lifeline for the Comets.
Ooh, great
Pierce
hands.
with a great catch on the baseline, swings it back out. Kelly, she walked. So Kelly picks up the foot before she starts the drive.
It's a great timeout.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a great timeout by Coach Huddleston.
Full timeout taken for Merced. 3:10 to go in the third. Merced leading it by 5. You're watching the 3C2A Basketball Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. (45-40). Comets trail it by 5. First quarterfinal down to 8 in the women's bracket here for the 3C2A champion. Monica Todd fouled. That's before the shot. Moore picks up the foul for Merced. Brianna Moore, who I think has given him really nice minutes off the bench. I really like what Moore does for this team. Facilitating things, set some very good screens to free up some shots. Crosby, step back, off to Perriman. Working around the outside, plenty of time. They've reset the shot clock. It's at 21. Shaw gets it over to Perriman. Perriman, the drive on Pierce. Double team comes, hangs in the air. Shot no good.
Good defense.
Pierce able to corral the board for the Blue Devils, who again break the pressure. And they get it back out to Washington. Moore in the lane, reach in. Well, they're going to call a travel before Todd reached in. Well, I'll tell you, the Jinx is really in mid-season form. We'll talk about Brianna Moore and what she's done, and
it's in
as a turnover, she starts her. Yeah, well, hey, listen,
we are in the postseason.
The stakes are high. Shaw. Scott has returned for Palomar. Baseline drive by Crosby.
Hand check.
And a foul is going to go against Champel Kelly. That'll send Crosby to the line. Both teams now in the penalty. Third foul on Kelly. And that'll send Crosby. First free throw up and good. She's got 4 in the game.
I think the officials are tightening up a little bit as the game progresses. Want to keep control.
Coach, I want to talk to you about that. I don't agree with that because I feel like you should keep the theme the rest of the way. If anything, you should let them play at the end versus at the beginning. But I'd like to see it consistent throughout. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me to change up now.
I agree. Sometimes, though, they go in at halftime, and there are things that they missed in the first half.
Yeah.
And maybe they talk as a group, like we want to focus on hand checks. You know, we want to get the travels.
Yeah.
Nakashima, meanwhile, stepped on the baseline, so the turnover gives it back.
You know, we had some contact earlier where Washington steps on the sideline here. No call made, and then we have that one where the offensive player is getting bumped. You know, you call that one that's maybe a little questionable based on the tenor earlier in the ball game. You know, I think to this point, the refereeing crew has done a pretty good job, but I think it's starting to get away from them.
Agreed.
Perriman. Todd in the high post. The drive on Glasgow Williams. Left-handed layup won't go.
Man, it's tough.
Ahead to Shoji. It's a 2-on-2. Shoji leaves it for the trailer. Nakashima's runner won't go. Washington in a crowd has the rebound. The Blue Devils can reset.
That's incredible at 5'2" that she gets in and rebounds like that.
That's just having a nose for the basketball.
McMahon guarded loosely by Megan Scott. Down to 9 now on the shot clock. Washington finds Glasgow Williams. High arcing three is good.
That is a dagger three there for Glasgow Williams.
48-41. She hit a big three in the first half.
She got 15.
Does it once again. Out to a 7-point lead. Todd back to Scott. They're working around Crosby. Open for 3, short. Glasgow Williams on the glass, and she's fouled. That's going to be on Perriman, and for Perriman, that's number 4.
And maybe it's the zone that is keeping Palomar from attacking the rim and kicking out for threes, which tend to be long rebounds and end up in second and third opportunities. But Merced is doing a great job on the defensive boards this half.
Coach, go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say, it's a calculated risk if you look at the numbers. Palomar, 32% from three-point range as a team, 10 a game. So they're pretty comfortable shooting out there, and they've had some good looks, but they're not going down so far.
Coach, I think really what I'm seeing here from the comments, they're very reluctant when they get down low. I don't know if it's because their shots aren't going. I see Todd right there. She's one-on-one. She's got the middle wide open with a drop step. Instead, she kicks it out. Now they get a pretty good shot out of it, but at the same time, you're like a 5-footer versus a 3-point shot any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Glasgow Williams with 17 in the game now. Crosby will try again for 3, rims high, no good. Laurent had her hands on the rebound, but it's knocked away. Blue Devils back the other way, looking to extend on a 9-point lead. Terrific feed. McMahon missed the layup. Ball knocked out of play and back to Palomar. And I'll tell you, remember that moment as McMahon had a great look off a terrific feed from Washington, and the Comets catch a break.
Yeah.
They still trail it by 9, 37 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Only 6 points this quarter for the Comets.
They travel.
Taylor Pena-Thompson got away with one. Crosby starts a drive, gets it back. She'll try again for 3, no good. Well, Crosby's had the looks, but so far hasn't been able to find the range. And with 20.8 to go in the third quarter, the Blue Devils can play for the final shot here with a 9-point lead.
Palomar doesn't really have anybody that's a knockdown shooter. Maybe Clarissa Tate, but outside of that, I mean, you have Crosby with the green light, but she only shoots at about 28% on the season. Who's going to find the hot hand? You're going to need one here in the fourth.
McMahon having trouble, and a 30-second timeout taken by Merced. 13.9 to go here in the third. We'll return on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Blue Devils will bring it in. 12 seconds. They lead it by 9. Washington around the screen from Glasgow Williams. Has De La Pena to switch. Back out to Shoji. She'll fire from 17 and hit.
Now, Shoji does not have a standard shooting form. She shoots it with 2 hands, but she is awfully effective. We go into the fourth with a double-digit lead for the 4 seed, looking for the upset on day 1. Game 1 of the 2018 3C2A Basketball Championships. We are live from Ventura.
Fans, the 3C2A Basketball Championship official apparel is available for purchase now at CCCAAsports.org. Click on the championship store at the bottom right of the page. Back in a moment.
Underway in the fourth, and the Comets have some work to do. They trail it by 11. Heiss in the corner. Crosby starts a drive, tries to hook it to Neubauer. Back outside. Todd Working on Shoji, finds Crosby open for three. That's short. Todd on the offensive glass. The leaner, no good. Rebound, Heiss gets one back up. That's no good. 3 chances, nothing doing, and McMahon has the rebound. McMahon out in front, all the way to the glass, picks it up, no call. Rebounds on the floor, and it's going to be tied up. We're going to have a jump ball.
That's the second opportunity she's had on a fast break where she just hasn't been able to find the handle.
Well, I don't know how, and I'm not saying that she did, but I don't know how McMahon managed to not travel on that one, like on a stop there.
I think going to the floor helped her.
At full speed.
Coach, that's 3 missed travels here in the last about 5 possessions by the Crew. They need to short things up.
Glasgow Williams kicks it outside to Washington. A drive on Todd, and she'll bring it out. Good patience. Shot clock at 15. Shoji finds Glasgow Williams again. Now down to 8 on the shot clock. Washington
nice
splits the double team, blocked by Neubauer. What a job by Neubauer moving over.
Great block, great help defense.
Crosby around Glasgow Williams, hits from 8 feet.
I think that's her range right there. Maybe if she sees a couple go in, she can get a couple of long ones to go.
52-43. Glasgow Williams will try to answer. It's off the back iron, but the long rebound corralled, and the Blue Devils have another chance.
You got to go box somebody out. Don't just watch the ball carry them off the rim.
Washington trying to swing it across. Todd had the near steal, but Shoji recovers. McMahon will try for 3, no good.
There you go.
Crosby looking ahead, finds Todd. Todd in from the right, layup is good.
Thought she got fouled too, and Washington lucky she didn't pick up her 4th. Timeout, Palomar.
Todd with 23, 8:17 to go in the third. The Comets trying to make a run.
Spread the word, everybody. www.socalcollegesports.com. Also on our YouTube channel, you got an Apple TV, Xbox One, PS4. You got a console with the YouTube app, SoCal College Sports 1. Catch all the action for the 2018 3C2A Basketball Championships live from Ventura College.
(52-45). Blue Devils have a 7-point lead with 8:17 to go here in the ball game.
You have Palomar right in their area of strength now.
Washington quickly trapped in the corner, but she's able to get it off of Neubauer and keep that one alive, and Washington in a very bad spot there.
Definitely. Neubauer's been on the bench for a while too. She's fresh. Thought she got tired in the first half. She's come in and she's giving them a nice spark.
McMahon able to split the double team and get it over the timeline. Now she'll direct traffic. Moore rolling to the basket, lays it in.
Great feed and a great roll to the basket by Moore.
Brianna Moore breaks the 4-0 run. It's back to a 9-point lead. Van Hook as they work it around outside. Crosby. High post. Todd with the drive. Runner, no good, but she'll head to the line for a couple of free throws.
Todd could have almost 40 right now. She's had a lot of them just off the mark. What is she from the field here, Stoy? She's 7 of 12. I feel like a few of them she should be 11 of 12.
Yeah, that one was halfway down. Actually, let's update it real quick. It's 10 of 18 from the line. Live stats not automatically updating for me just yet. It's game 1. Todd hits the first free throw. She's got 24 to lead all scorers.
We're still tuning things up here.
23 or so, 24 points now to go along with 9 rebounds. That one is up and good. Back to a 7-point game. Shoji able to break the press. Drives it all the way to the rim, lays it up and in. Nobody stops the ball.
Great job.
So Shoji now has 10. Crosby will try again for 3 short. Rebound on the floor. Crosby gets it back. Second chance. They work it around to Neubauer quickly down low. Heiss kicks it back outside.
Look for Todd on the inside. That's easy.
Todd drives it to the glass, lays it in.
That's where you're going to get paid.
Todd working out of the high post near steal, but Washington with the nifty move kind of tapped it to herself there to keep that ball alive. 56-49. McMahon between the circles. Washington down to 9 on the shot clock. Washington going to have to make something happen, down to 5. McMahon will hoist from long range, no good. Rebound pulled down by Todd. Van Hook fans it out to Heiss. Crosby. Nice job by Moore jumping the pass into the high post, but the Comets keep it. Todd fans it across. Heiss open for 3, no good. Todd on the offensive glass. Follow won't go. Heiss keeps it alive. That won't go. Neubauer gets it up and in. 4 chances. The Comets keeping it alive. 56-51. They're within 5. Timeout taken.
And Moore is hurt on the play. Let's see how that happened.
Yeah, struggling to get to her feet. Now she is up with 6:12 to go. Is this a 30 or a full timeout? We'll step aside very quickly. It's the 3C2A Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Full court pressure from the Comets, who trail it by 5. They trailed by as many as 11 here in this second half. Trying to creep back into this one. Washington. Nakashima in the weave. McMahon broken up and
Good
stolen.
defense.
Scott with the steal across to Perriman. Perriman picks it up. The double team comes.
Jump
And a
ball.
whistle. Timeout taken?
It's a
And
smart
they got a
timeout. Palomar has been pretty frugal with the timeout so far, and they elect to take one right here, and a smart one here, and assuming that coach knows her staff and she knows them better than anybody, they're probably going to empty the clip here with their timeouts down the stretch. 5:47 to go. Merced up 5, trying to hold on. This is game 104 today here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Coming up after this, Fresno City, the Rams taking on the LA Trade Tech College Beavers. Join myself, Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, and Marcia Foster for the game.
Comets have the ball, trailing by 5. They'll bring it in. Tiana Shaw has checked into the game.
I think Palomar's done a good job of attacking the zone.
Clarissa Tate drives the lane. Runner no good. Rebound pulled down by Glasgow Williams. What a game for Shea Glasgow Williams. She has really picked it up in the last couple of quarters here after somewhat of a slow start. She had 19 in the victory over City College of San Francisco. She's come back with a similar type effort, 17 today, to lead the Blue Devils. Shot from 16, no good.
Look at that.
On the offensive glass, it's Washington again.
That's a dagger.
It's a great rebound.
Well, the Blue Devils have really turned the tables in the second half on the rebounding on the offensive end, giving the Comets a little taste of their own medicine. Shoji starts to back down on Shaw. Finds Washington. Washington circles left. Runner is no good. Rebound pulled down by Shaw. Scott, checked by McMahon. Working around to Tate. Shot clock at 14. Shaw pulls up from 12 feet, no good. Rebound pulled down by Washington. Boy, a good look for Tiana Shaw, but couldn't get it to go. Shoji gets it back to Washington, and now the Blue Devils going to be content to run a little clock. McMahon with a great backdoor cut. Nice. Lays it up and in.
It'll be interesting to see when the subs come back in, the starters back in for Palomar, if they go back.
Oh. Tate hits for 3 again. She's got 3 in the game, and she's up to 12. She has been the one player that has been able to consistently hit from long range. That pulls the Comets within 4.
And she's the one that gave up that backdoor cut. She knew exactly what she was doing on the other end. No hesitation. She buries a triple.
I'm going to trade 3 for 2.
Not a bad trade.
McMahon with 7 on the shot clock, going to work on Shaw. Leaves it for Shoji. 15-footer is short. Tate snaps down the board.
Ooh.
Tate goes down hard. Shoji picks up the foul. I tell you, Shoji jumped to a spot there and almost had the clean steal. Instead picks up her 3rd foul.
So now we'll see if they go back to zone. They picked up man-to-man for a while.
Yeah.
Merced did.
Well, Tate heads to the bench.
Looks like they're going to stay man-to-man. Todd is taking advantage of man-to-man.
Yeah. Maybe they give you a man look and then settle into the zone. Glasgow Williams down low. Nakashima.
Ganesha Van Hook.
Nope.
Off to Neubauer. Heiss. Todd working in the low post. Spins baseline. Fouled on the way up. She's going to shoot a couple of free throws.
That is textbook right there with the drop step. Like it.
Todd with 27 in the game to go along with 12 rebounds.
If I have to critique it just a little bit, maybe started her drop step a little low, couldn't go glass there and give herself a chance, but 2 free throws coming her way.
Right.
Up and good, and after a somewhat unsteady start from the line, Anna Katana's really settled down. She's hit her last 4
Coach,
from the line.
I know Coach Marshall does have her set lineups here, but do you maybe think about bringing on Tate for Crosby? She's been a lot more effective offensively and defensively.
2-point game.
She's sure giving them a great spark. I agree with you, Coach. But I know Coach Marshall knows exactly what she's doing out there.
Nakashima can't get the reverse to go, and now the Comets with a chance to tie or take the lead with a long one.
Perryman has been so good for them all year long. She struggled today. I'm sure she's hoping she comes through.
Neubauer for 3.
Wow.
The Comets have come all the way back. They trailed it by as many as 11. Glasgow Williams will try to answer off the glass. No good. Back tap to Nakashima. Blue Devils with another chance. Under 3 to go.
Comets were leaking out.
Washington guarded by Crosby. Step back 3, too strong. Long rebound. McMahon giving chase, but Neubauer tips it to Perriman. Perriman into the front court. Now she'll back it out. The Comets with a 1-point lead in the ball.
You get a 1-point lead. You need to get a good shot here. You don't need to speed things up.
Todd at the top of the key.
Expect her to take
Turns
it.
on McMahon. Hard drive and an offensive foul. Todd,
Matt,
that's just her first foul.
Let's get that replay on the floor camera. That's an incredible job by McMahon, anticipating where the offensive player is going. She gets to the spot, takes the charge. That's a thing of beauty, Coach.
Great defense.
2:11 to go. And the Blue Devils have it back, trailing by 1. They entered the 4th, leading it by 11. The Comets have really turned up the defense here in the 4th quarter. Nakashima on the drive. Neubauer blocks it out of play.
You know, if you're going to shore things up, you have to call that. She brings the arm down and catches part of the head, and it's out of bounds, and it stays here.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul. That was a great attack.
Really, in the Zerpeda vernacular, she dropped the arm there. Should have been a fairly easy call. McMahon and 1.
Hey, Jeff, what does Sheed say? Ball don't lie.
I believe he says the ball was apparently telling the truth.
He also says they played hard.
Yeah.
McMahon with a huge answer.
And great energy. Great energy.
How about it on both ends of the court? Draws the charge and then drives, scores, and heads to the line. Up and good. 3-point play for McMahon. She's got 15 in the game. A 2-point lead for Merced. Under 2 minutes to go. Todd backing down, kicks it out. Perriman for 3, no good. Rebound tapped around. Neubauer's got it tied up by Washington. Possession arrow favors Palomar. They'll bring it in, baseline left. Van Hook. It's Perriman. Tate has returned. Well, just that quickly. Here comes Crosby. So Crosby and Perriman, along with Van Hook, Neubauer, and Todd on the floor for Palomar. They get a new shot clock.
Good screen by Perriman.
Van Hook, guarded by Shoji. Neubauer finds Perriman. Van Hook picks it up at the elbow. Down to 9. Neubauer on the drive. Left-handed scoop. No good. Shea Glasgow-Williams rips down the rebound for Merced. A 2-point lead and the ball for the Blue Devils. Glasgow-Williams.
Ooh. She thought about the dagger.
She sure did.
Ticking down toward a minute to go in the ball game. Merced looking for a dagger here. Todd with the reach in. Palomar with fouls to give. Third foul on Monica Todd. We are under a minute to go.
This is the time of the game when you need players to make plays. And some defensive stops.
And I think if you're Palomar in this situation, you have to be very aware of the offensive rebounding of Merced in this second half. If you can force a miss. How often do you see it? A great defensive set and a second chance. Shoji off to Washington. They work the weave. Washington gets it back. Down to 14 on the shot clock. 42 on the game clock.
They're doing a good job running the clock down.
Washington around a Glasgow-Williams screen. Leaner in and out.
Wow.
Rebound to Todd.
Take a timeout.
31 seconds. Todd over the line.
There you go.
Timeout taken. Lee Marshall wants to talk it over.
And Neubauer
with 26.7 to go. And Merced leading Palomar 61-59. It's the 3C2A Basketball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. (61-59), the Blue Devils with the 2-point lead, but the Comets have the ball. 26.7 to go. Where are they going to go here? And you have to imagine Monica Todd.
I would think so. She has 29 in the game. She's attacked the basket left, right.
Flashes to the high post on the curl. Todd forces one up. Good! No, they're going to call this a jump ball.
She made the only play she could make in that instance.
What a sensational play. Not only that, the possession arrow favors Merced.
Wow. That's unbelievable. That ties the game up. Take off 2.
That's a huge, huge call with 16.2 to go. Now the Comets, they got a foul.
They got 2 to give.
How many timeouts?
We got one. Uh-oh.
Across, Perriman got a hand on it.
Whoa.
We call it timeout.
Yeah, according to this
Call a timeout.
Coach Allen Huddleston has a timeout.
Yeah, he just
and he's going to
there.
take it. That is the final timeout.
But you can advance the ball under a minute.
For Merced,
to get it up.
It's a 30-second timeout, and I don't know if we had a chance. I guess it's a little too late to get the replay, but boy, I'll tell you what a call. And to be fair, there appeared to be a tie-up down there, and the call came in very quickly. And Todd had done a sensational job of getting one up on the rim that had gone in for just that moment. I think if you're on Palomar, you're thinking maybe we're on our way to the semis, potentially. But instead, now they're going to have to foul. And think about who you might want to foul here.
I don't think I guess they can't advance the ball now.
There's only one player from Merced that shoots it pretty good from the stripe, and I don't know if I've seen her tonight. That's Maya Smith.
Well, Glasgow Williams shoots 79%. They'd like to get the ball in her hands. Both McMahon and Washington shoot about low 60s from the line, and you expect there's a chance that they'll have the ball. They get it to Washington. Washington fouled immediately by Todd. That's Todd's fourth. 13.8 to go, but they still had a foul to give.
Coach, do you think about taking Todd out right now, play a little offense, defense?
Yeah, she has 4 fouls because can't be choosy about who fouls right now.
Yeah, if they get it to Washington here, that's who Todd is guarding. It's Glasgow Williams. Nice job fouled by Neubauer.
That's just great coaching.
And it's Shea Glasgow Williams, a 79% foul shooter that will head to the line, trying to ice this one potentially with 12.5 to go. And guys, it'll be cruel irony here for Palomar. If they fall here, they were the number 4 seed last year and pulled the mild upset to advance to the semis, and they come in 29-1. That one was short from Glasgow Williams, so the Comets are still alive no matter what happens here. But what a season it's been for Palomar, and now they're going to need a little help. That one is up, no good. Todd's got it. Timeout taken.
Wow.
So Shea Glasgow Williams comes up empty on a couple of free throws, and with 11.5 to go, one more chance for Palomar. Well, we'll keep it here momentarily. Merced, I think they defended it pretty well last time. Do we expect to see Todd get the ball again? I don't know why we wouldn't.
I would do the same thing again. Set that little cross screen, let her curl to the basket, get it to her wherever you can get it to her, and let her attack the basket. And like you said, she's settled into making her free throws in the second half. So,
Coach, I'm a little surprised you have Crosby in the game right now. She's 1 of 9 from 3. Meanwhile, Tate has 3 in the ball game. I think you have to have Tate on the floor right now.
You know, it's that trust that you develop with your players as the season goes on, and Perriman is a 3-year player there. I just feel she's confident. She's confident with the veterans on the floor.
Yeah, and to that point, Crosby is a sophomore, Tate is a freshman. So going with the experience, Van Hook down to 8 seconds. Over the line. Looking for Todd, skips it across, a whistle.
Good foul.
They had a foul to give.
Good foul to give.
Makes them reset with 4.4
to go.
So Palomar still has 1 timeout. They're not going to use it.
Shoji with the foul.
Watch
and
Crosby.
Palomar will bring it in.
Crosby with the 3 to win it.
4.4. Into Todd. Todd starts to drive. Another whistle comes in.
They call timeout.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, did they call timeout after that ball was brought in? It's a 30-second timeout. That's the last timeout now for Palomar.
Should be baseline out of bounds. Did they call it before it came in bounds or after?
Well, some time went off the clock, so I think they might have inbounded.
Yeah, they need to figure this out because the ball was underneath the free throw line. Is that the call, Coach? Ball is underneath the free throw. It's got to be baseline.
I saw the official point right to the ground right by her.
Yeah.
It's a tough place to inbound the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
On the other hand, we often see you can run a little play there and get a very quick shot in the lane.
Yeah, you can get a nice little alley-oop play, a nice little back screen.
Well,
and they've got just the player for that, I think, in Monica Todd.
And they have Neubauer.
Yeah.
Right,
Neubauer's going to be on the floor. You got a couple towers in there.
Right, because it's not like there's a lot of size with Merced.
Not at all. I think they're setting up for a 3 here, Coach.
They'll bring it in the corner.
Yeah, I agree.
Perriman with Crosby, along with Todd, Neubauer, and Van Hook on the floor for Palomar. Todd double-teamed off the ball. Van Hook lobs it. Nobody home. Crosby's got it. Crosby forces one up off the side of the board. No good. And Merced the number 4 seed in the North. A 61-59 win. They are moving on to Saturday.
They did a great job on Todd on that play, but that's where they were going, so they forced it in anyway.
Well, they were not going to let Todd touch the ball, and the pass, a break initially for Palomar, and that Crosby was able to recover, but a good closeout. Not much she could do. Tried to force one up, but it doesn't go. And what can you say about the Blue Devils? Just a fantastic job. They're only the second team this season to drop a loss on Palomar, and it comes here in the quarterfinals, and they are moving on to Saturday. We'll come back, wrap things up in game number 1. A great start to the weekend. You're watching the 3C2A Basketball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Stick around for a few minutes as we come back here to Ventura College. A 61-59 win for Merced. The Blue Devils move on after dispatching top seed in the South Palomar with the 2-point win. We'll have a word with head coach Alan Huddleston coming up here in just a couple of minutes as we wrap things up in quarterfinal number 1. And we welcome you back to Ventura College, quarterfinal number 1 in the books, 61-59, the Merced College Blue Devils with the victory over Palomar, and they're moving on to the semifinals. Jeff Stoynoff, Marcia Foster, and we are joined by head coach Alan Huddleston. And Coach, you come in here, this is a team, again, Palomar, only 1 loss all season, 29-1, and you guys did the job here. How were you able to get it done?
You know, we talked to our kids about Palomar and how talented we thought they were. And so for us, it was important that we limited their transition baskets. And supposedly their offensive rebounds didn't work so well the first half, though.
Yeah, but a great adjustment in the second half. Just very quickly, what did you talk about at halftime? Because it seemed like you guys did a great job at both ends, but especially on the offensive glass yourselves. You really turned the tables on them in that second half. Yeah,
we thought they looked a little tired, and we told our guards we've got to be quicker to the ball. And I thought we did a great job of just outworking them for some of those rebounds, and so it paid dividends for us.
Talk to me about the second half adjustment with the 2-2-1 and then the matchup zone. As I sat up here and watched, I couldn't figure out some of the shifts, but it confused Palomar and allowed you to build that lead, which you needed.
Yes, we did.
As you went down in the fourth quarter.
It's a defense coach, David Carmichael, taught us that. He's an old coach from Sac City, and it's actually 3 zones in 1. And so depending on what they do, we go from a 1-2-2 to a 1-3-1 to a 2-3. And so just like I thought it confused Palomar, you're right, but we also get confused with it sometimes as well.
Your kids did a great job on the boards in the second half. Did you talk about it again at halftime?
Yes, I think I got their attention about rebounding at halftime. That was a concern. We knew they had 16 offensive rebounds in that first half, and it hurt us. And so we really tried to refocus ourselves on keeping them off the boards.
Well, no shortage of heroes in this game, but perhaps there was no greater short stretch than that by Tajere McMahon. She had a stretch in the final 2 minutes where she takes a great charge on Monica Todd, then comes down and makes a 3-point play to give you guys back the lead. Can you talk about what that leadership and what players like her meant down the stretch for you guys?
Yeah, she is our emotional leader, and what's so nice about that is Tajere set out all last season because of a concussion. And so she's fearless. She'll take the charge every time, and she feeds off of it, and so do our other players. And so that was extremely big for us, and she's done that all season.
Coach, who else stepped up? You see Trinity Washington, who I know is one of your go-to players. I felt like in the first half, when they got in foul trouble is when Palomar got back in the game.
Yes.
She was 0 for 10 from the floor, but she had 12 rebounds, 6 of them being offensive. Talk about that for somebody that's 5'2".
Yeah, 5'2" in tennis shoes. Trinity has done that all year. In our conference, she averaged a double-double for us. She had one game where she had 18 rebounds. And so we just expect her to get it done, and she's been outstanding for us. She makes us tough.
What about that last play, Coach? You double-team Todd. It was like you were going to let anybody else have it but her?
Yeah, we were not going to let her beat us, so we told them to double-team her and just to make sure they didn't get a 3.
Okay.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a fantastic win. You got a little time to enjoy it, but if I know you're a coach, you're going to take about 5 minutes and then get right back to work.
That's about it.
You guys will be back on Saturday for the semifinals, and we'll have that. So, again, great job and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That will wrap it up for game number 1, 61-59. Merced dispatches Palomar. They move on to the semifinals. Rejoin us. We'll have quarterfinal number 2 coming up in about 10 minutes here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Thank you very much.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah.